We are on our 4-week carnivore lifestyle diet, and we are down 26 pounds. I'm down 15 and she's down 11. And we're going to talk about today belt measurements. Video behind us, Homestead How.
It's playing. Did you mean to play it?
Yes.
Okay.
And IHF, which is the Integrated Health Foundation. We're going to talk about how plants are bad for you. Depression and anxiety. Alcohol use. Type 2 diabetes. We got some amazing news with type 2 diabetes. And I'm going to talk about some vegans. So if there's any vegans out there.
Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I mean, hopefully they can get some information here and see. So we are only down to 26 pounds. Last week we was 24. I lost a pound and you lost a pound. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, people get worried about getting on the scale and weighing themselves. And the fact is you need to get some measurements. Because my belt size, I mean, I'm going to say it, I mean, I'm going to go get it. Here, hold this right here. I'm going to go get my belt and we'll show you. That's like 2 inches of belt size. I mean, this thing was falling off of me. And now, I mean, and I can really tell a difference this week. Even though we only lost a pound of weight, it's just been amazing. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's just, I mean, you was telling me about these, was it a pair of shorts or pants?
Yeah, I mean, every pair of pants I have is now, it's not that it's too big, but I am definitely feeling it in my pants. So I take that as a win for sure.
Yeah, she actually said she's not spilling over like
I'm not a busted can of biscuits.
Busted can of biscuits is what she said to me. And that's so true. Just all my clothes, my pants. I mean, we're on week 4. To me, this is amazing. Not to include all the health benefits we're getting from this. Now, back behind me, the Homestead How guy, I want to play one of his short videos here. Let's see.
You got it on mute.
Someone that I healed, I overcame IBS, I overcame a lifelong battle with depression and anxiety. I also had gout in my foot, I had congestive heart failure, my appendix burst on the operating room table, I almost died, I had 2 kidney stones, I had my gallbladder removed, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, I was snoring, I was an incredible mess, mostly plant-based. All that's gone on carnivore. I'm down 100 pounds since my heaviest. I'm on no medication. I was on 15 medications before. All of that is from eating a proper human diet. On the carnivore diet, I'm down over 100.
Okay.
That's pretty much.
I mean, it's amazing, right?
It's amazing.
Down 100 pounds on the carnivore diet. And want to talk about this one he's been watching here. Yeah, if you're doing this carnivore diet, I subscribe to this guy, follow this guy.
What he went through and overcame.
Yeah, he was a big guy. That's who I want to watch.
Astonishing.
If you're trying to diet, that's who I think you should watch.
With all the other things going in the body.
Now he's talking.
People would say, "Oh, anxiety, I'm uncomfortable." No, I wanted to peel my skin off and jump out of a window. It wasn't this, I'm a little uncomfortable. No, it was, if there's not someone watching me, I think I would take my.
Okay, she's talking about depression and anxiety, and she is from Integrated Health Foundation, And some of the stuff that they can help you with: numbness or tingling, issues with circulation, intense brain fog, which I totally had that, chronic pain or fatigue, check, insomnia, random spikes in heart rate, that's me too. Low energy, check, chest pain, I was having chest pain, shortness of breath, yes, histamine issues, which we looked that up.
It's about foods. There's a lot of foods that have
Yeah.
histamine that cause all kinds of problems.
Poor sleep and intense dreams. I mean, how many people's not suffering? I am sleeping so good, which I had kind of had an episode, and she kind of talks about this, about the bad bacteria and the good bacteria. And basically at the 3-week mark, which I think really, and we're saying 4 weeks, but I kind of went into this real slow. I was kind of doing keto, and then kind of switched to ketovore, and now I went to full carnivore. This last week, I actually had someone say, you need more fat, you need more fat. So I was eating a little bit of peanut butter, trying to just do the 2 tablespoons. And it actually, I'm not going to do peanut butter anymore. I had this moment where I was totally, Friday
night.
The whole day I was dead.
And he came home and went to bed.
And she kind of explains, like, some of this bad bacteria is dying off, and it's wanting you to have sugars and trying to stay alive, because it stays alive on
Only.
it. Well, she said it thrives only on starches and sugars. And we'll get into the vegan part here after a while, but I want to talk about that a little bit more later. But, I mean, basically, she had severe depression, anxiety issues, and went on a full carnivore diet. And within 3 weeks, it helped her out. And the IHF, which she works for, they're trying to help people with diet and actually some other
Therapies and things.
Yes, to help people out. So if you want to check out their website, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Healthy bacteria only survive on protein and fat. Healthy.
That's in your gut.
Yeah. And she talks a lot about, how the gut helps out with all kinds of these issues. Makes you depression, all kinds of this stuff. They're actually doing research on it. They're just not saying stuff. They're actually doing research on it. Now let's talk about so the depression, anxiety, 3 weeks, bacteria is dead. And then she also said at 3 months, you'll have another one. You'll have another group that die off. And she knew it was coming. She knew the names of them, everything. So she had another one at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 24 months. So, I mean, basically, if you have depression or anything, I mean, this is helping a lot of people out. Was you wanting to talk about any? So I want to talk about my alcohol use. So before this, I don't know how long I was drinking, but
It was a while.
I don't know, 3 years or something, pretty consistently. But I wasn't bad like some of these people are. Like, I was having a couple glasses of bourbon a day, and I could quit for like a week because she'd be like, "You're an alcoholic," or whatever, and I'd be like, "Babe, you don't you don't know what an alcoholic is, and so I quit for a week and be like, there you
No,
go.
yeah, but you were still kind of grumpy when you were trying to do that.
That's
for a
exactly
week.
right. I would be grumpy, and I had a coworker, the one that's told me I lost weight. I had quit drinking for a week, and he's like, you need to drink again.
I gotta take this dog out. She's about to drive me crazy.
So he told me, you need to drink again. So I would do, and there were some other things it was helping me out with is allergies. Like it would help with allergies. It helped with my sleep. I would get up every morning like it was nothing. My alarm wouldn't go off, but I still tired and I had all this weight on. I mean, I've had this brain fog after COVID and all this stuff, and just kind of, needed to get better. Found this diet, and it's been working great. Quit drinking last week.
Oh my goodness.
So I go back to work after I've quit. I quit for this last week, and at the end of the week, I didn't tell them all week I quit drinking. Friday, I'm like, hey, I haven't drunk all week. They're like, couldn't even notice that I haven't drunk all week. I felt totally different. Like, I'm not addicted. Like in the sugar addiction was worse than alcohol addiction. It's pretty easy to quit. So if you know anybody that is suffering from addiction or whatever, this could help them potentially. I mean, there's countless. Sugar is addictive. I mean, to get off of that and to get off of alcohol,
At the same time.
it's amazing. Which I waited. I did wait. So the first couple weeks?
Yeah. We just didn't know how you would.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop two
Right.
things at one time. I thought that would be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been amazing. And I will say this, that we live close to Kentucky, and they have the Bourbon Trail. I don't know if you've heard of that. I do like bourbon. It's not like I hate it anymore. I want to do that next year. So I'm not 100%. We'll see. Like, try it again and see if I can quit again. That's impressive right there. Like, I like cigars too, and I actually haven't smoked cigars this whole summer. Like, I just quit, and I'm not bought any. It's not that I don't want to, not that I don't like them, I just haven't bought any. I guess I'm a quitter. is the best thing to describe that. But, to be able to not have any, addictions like that, it's amazing. And I want to say one thing too. I'm on Ozempic, and I've actually read a little bit that actually is supposed to help you stop addiction too. So I don't know if some of that's helping out a little bit. I've been hearing, I want to get off Ozempic, I really do, but I've heard some good stuff about it. When we went to the heart doctor, he was talking some good stuff about it, and I've heard some good stuff about the kidneys from it, and addiction. Like, it's supposed to help.
But you have to look at they also probably would not agree that a carnivore diet is what you need to do.
Yeah,
So
this is bad.
You can't really.
And I want to say, I was going to talk about this a little bit later, but like when you go in and tell your doctor, you may want, and this is from Dr. Westman, tell them that you're on a modified
Mediterranean
diet instead of telling them you're on carnivore, because you may get pushback. Or you may tell them you're on keto. I mean, maybe that's a little bit more acceptive. You're on a low carb keto diet. But I don't know if I would tell people you're on carnivore. I've been telling a ton of people at work that have type 2 diabetes. And we want to talk about that next. The type 2 diabetes, that's what I have. I checked my glucose level, and it was at an 87. I can't remember the last time I was below 100. I don't even know if that was my fasting.
I don't think it was. I think it was after you got home.
Yeah, it was just whatever, you know.
So who knows what it would have been fasting?
Yeah, I don't even check it that much because mine's not that big of a deal. I'm on the Ozempic. My A1C is at 6. It's not like other people that we know. Sashi's freaking out about the cat. We also have a brother-in-law, and his
So he is a really bad diabetic for years.
and he's skinny,
Yes.
like
he's-
totally skinny, no obesity, and they have been doing a healthy eating for
Well, they
since I
have
can
for
remember.
a long time,
Yeah.
trying to help his diabetes, you know, because for a while his A1C was really bad, and
what did you say it was?
at one point I think it was 11,
Uh,
but that's
11.
been a while back. But they went on it about a week and a half after we did,
Mm-hmm.
and his sugars fasting were usually about 170, and they could not get it below that. And within, did she say a week?
A week or two. I mean, what's it matter? I mean,
His fasting sugar was in the 70s. And
mean-
I don't think he's ever, I don't know that he's ever seen that number.
yeah, that's
I mean, it's incredible.
amazing. So that's just one. I have told 2 people at work, and one of them is actually taking, I'm pretty sure he's taking insulin injections. So hopefully, I told them to watch the Fat Fiction video. Hopefully they watch it. I told them what diet I'm on, and the problem is you know, you tell people you're on this, and then they go do something else.
I mean, like she says in this video, it sounds too simple. Like, there's no way. No.
That you can just eat meat and fix all your problems.
And not to mention the fact that some people probably don't want to give up all of the sweets, because it is an addiction.
Yeah.
They don't want to give that up, but they don't realize what a humongous benefit to their lives it would make.
Yes. And we're not saying, like, I don't want people to be like, you have to do this forever. This is your lifestyle. Which, after watching a lot of this, it's kind of coming to me how this could be your lifestyle. Like, maybe you do need to eat like this forever. I watched a woman the other day that's been doing it for 11 years. And you should see these people's skin. I mean, look at her skin look at his skin. It's amazing how people are turning out. And they talk about how how bad. I was watching another video of, I'm trying to do all this research so we can help people, and I was wanting to do a review of this diet, and I was thinking, I'm gonna do this I'm gonna try 60 to 90 days and then quit, and then maybe try a different diet and review these diets and see what diet is best, the easiest diet, the best, easiest diet, best ever. That's what this channel's about. Best ever reviews is me doing this research for everybody about food and now diet. I want to do it on everything. Like, I just bought a cup. Like,
He got his own Stanley.
yeah, I got a Stanley cup because guess what? I've reviewed all the cups. I just bought a Yeti. And I mean, it wasn't working out. So I got the Stanley because it's the best cup. And that's what we're trying to figure out with this diet. Is this the best diet?
Well, out of all of them we've done ever.
This is it. Eat meat. If you're having trouble, eat steak. And like when I was doing the peanut butter, this woman commented, eat more fat. So I was like, how do I get more fat? We're eating bacon and 70-30 burgers. Well, I'm watching they're eating 50-50, So that a lot of problems in this diet
it's just trying to find enough fat.
Yeah, is you're not getting enough fat. And I'm trying to do as much research as I can, and I'm finding these people to hopefully help you guys out, and hopefully you can share all this information with people that's got chronic illnesses. And they're talking about depression. Depression on here. The cat almost took a dive.
Out the window.
Yeah. But try to find out what's best for you guys. So I've also, I went to the dark side. And if there's any vegans that have ever been vegan in here and want to comment on their experience, and they're going carnivore and they're trying to find out information on carnivore, please comment down below. I would love to hear your experiences, your thoughts, whatever. But I actually watched the documentary. I've been watching a bunch of these documentaries, but a documentary on it's called Eating You Alive, and it's a vegan documentary, and they totally agree with the carnivore, the fat fiction, that's kind of a keto thing too, that sugars are bad. Processed foods are bad. But the one thing that they're okay with is starches. And what's a starch?
It converts to a sugar.
Sugar's bad, but a starch that converts to a sugar, I don't know. I mean, this is whatever. But I watched the whole thing, and they didn't do any. Like, I'm watching this fat fiction and all these other documentaries, and they've got some papers on this stuff. They're like showing you this paper, why this paper is wrong, what was wrong with this one. And on their documentary, there's like hardly any facts on it. They're just saying whatever they want to say. And then you have famous people. I'm talking James Cameron, which he was, it's kind of funny to say, he was the best looking guy on here. And I'll kind of get into a thing about this. And then there was Samuel L. Jackson. And he was actually eating a steak on it. I don't know. He's supposed to be a vegan, but he was going to lose. He lost so much weight, he was going to lose his job. And I'm saying BS. Like, you're going to fire Samuel L. Jackson because he lost too much weight? He's too skinny? I don't know. It was really strange to me. And so they have all these people that are vegans. And these guys, I want to say this, they looked weak. Their arms were just so small, and I mean, it was like twigs, and they didn't look good. James Cameron looked good, but I think maybe it's because he just started. And you hear this a lot with the vegan diet, is they feel great because guess what? They're getting rid of all their junk food. They got rid of their sugars and their processed food. But here's the other problem is they're coming on there. This one guy, he's like, yeah, I eat a 3-pound salad. And I'm like, a 3-pound salad. We're eating 2 pounds of meat a day. That's my max. She's eating 1.5 pounds is what you should be at on this diet. And they're eating a 3-pound salad. And I believe that that's once a day, and they're eating at least 3 times a day. And you hear all these vegans say that they're never full. And I actually looked at a stat. I want to see how many people quit the vegan diet. And it was like 80-some% within a month or something.
It's just not sustainable.
Yeah, because you're not getting what you need. You're eating like
We're carnivores.
cows do out in the field. You see them out there. What do you see a cow doing all the time? They're either eating or pooping. I mean, that's all you see them do. I mean, and they're having to eat all this stuff. And like this woman saying, all that bacteria, she's like, don't eat any plant at all. Like
It's not good for your gut. And that makes sense because a lot of people can't eat lettuce. The minute that hits their stomachs, they're in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I was talking about, I think last week, I had that coworker, and he was doing a meat-based diet, and he's eating salads. And I told him, Friday, I believe, I'm like, you need to go on a food elimination diet and get rid of, like stop all your vegetables, especially lettuce. I'm getting to the point right now where I don't want lettuce. Like lettuce is, how many times have you heard recalls on lettuce? Like it's bad. Like, so, I mean, use your best judgment and really find out what's good for you. And we're not saying like, I don't want to be one of these hardcore people on this diet, but I mean, maybe try just being strict carnivore for a month and see how you feel. And if you have any problems or issues, you think something's not right, go see a doctor. Go figure this out. Like, this is your health. I mean, we're talking about getting rid of depression, anxiety, type 2 diabetes, reversal on a A1C of 11. I mean, that's amazing. And another thing with, I want to talk about that documentary a little bit more, but most of those people that's vegan, they're already skinny when they go vegan. Or these people been skinny telling you about this their whole lives. And it's like, dude, I'm telling you, don't tell me about diet. If you've been skinny your whole life and you're skinny now and you're going on this diet and you're like, oh, I'm skinny, like, I don't want to hear it. You can process the other foods. You can process sugar fine. I can't do stuff like that. And I'm starting to learn that myself. And, she is too. I mean, it's just amazing how much. And the vegan community, there's so many that's flipping from being a vegan to carnivore, to strict carnivore. They're not even going keto. They're going to carnivore from no meat to all meat. So this is our 4-week video. In a couple days, we are going to try to do a 30-day video. And so please like,
Subscribe,
comment down below, ring the bell, and I mean, we'll see you in a couple days, hopefully, and maybe we've lost some more weight or inches. Don't worry about your weight. You need to take measurements. That maybe that'll help you get through it. But if you're not losing weight, you may not be eating enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing with this diet. You have to eat enough.
Your body uses the fat for energy, not
Mhm.
sugar. So
Yeah,
the more
and
fat you eat,
and then you start burning. You tell your body that you can burn fat. It's okay. We've got plenty of fat. You don't have to reserve it. So, see you in a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye.
bye. I really hope you hit record.
I hope I didn't. I'd like to do that over again.